Alright guys, we got a fun video for you guys today. We got my personal list of the top 10 UFC fighters today. Guys, there's about 400, 500 UFC fighters that the UFC have to offer. Maybe I might be wrong on that. I don't know. I don't care. But there's a lot of UFC fighters. So guys, don't feel offended on my list because if you make it to the top 10 list, that's a beautiful spot for you guys. But I think you guys are going to go ahead and disagree with this first thing, that this first person on the list at the number 10 spot that we're going to talk about. And that is Ilia Topuria. Yes, guys, I'm going straight into it. Like the video, subscribe. You already know. You guys might be disliking after I just put Ilia Topuria at the number 10 spot. But Ilia Topuria, we're throwing him at the number 10 spot because, guys, at the end of the day, Ilia Topuria, he did a good job being an old man Volkanovski. A Volkanovski that's in the back end of his career. And he did a good job on beating Max Holloway, which in my personal opinion, I believe he's in the back end of his career. We're not talking about world championships for the lightweight division or for the featherweight division for Max Holloway anymore. That's out the conversation. So he's fighting dudes that are on the back end of their career, in my opinion, which are still producing more than what the regular talents that are in the UFC are still producing. But guys, at the end of the day, man, Ilia Topuria is beating those dudes, and that's just not enough for me to go ahead and dump you down all the way to number 4, number 5. You just can't get to that spot just yet. Now, if he went ahead and fought Islam Makhachev and faced and beat him, now that's another story. You automatically shoot up to the number 1 spot or whatever spot that you guys may think Islam Makhachev may be. You automatically shoot up and your stock goes up. But until then, I believe he is at the number 10 spot. He hasn't had that oomph yet into the UFC, in my opinion. You know, Conor McGregor, when he came in and when he won that belt, you felt the oomph. You just don't feel it with Ilia Topuria, and I see the classiness. I see that he's good. I just don't feel that. You know what I'm saying? And no diddy when I say that. But that's the spot where I'm at with Ilia Topuria. I am putting him at the number 10 spot. He's good, and that's a great spot, guys. You may disagree, but with this next fighter up, this may fire you guys up a lot more. And trust me, I'm not doing this on purpose. But after what I seen this JDM dude did to Bilal Muhammad, and after I've been seeing JDM do in the past, I gotta go ahead and give respect to the Aussie himself, man. This dude JDM went ahead, talking about the best boxer being Max Holloway. This dude right here, what he showcased against Bilal Muhammad, this is the best boxer in the UFC today, man. This dude has combinations like no other. The way he can just flourish to the body, get to the head, the way his jabs pop out. Oh my lord, this dude JDM is just on a whole nother level. The only kryptonite that I had to say for JDM, which had me fading JDM, was his grappling defense. And for him to go ahead and stuff a dude like Bilal Muhammad's takedowns, I gotta go ahead and put his stock up. And quite frankly, I think when he faces Islam Makhachev, that might be the toughest opponent Islam Makhachev has to face, guys. This dude JDM right here is going to be a bigger version of Alexander Volkanovski. And if you're a bigger version of Alexander Volkanovski, phew, how do you stop that? Did you not see in that Bilal Muhammad fight the way he mixed in the leg kicks, the way he mixed in the body strikes, the way he mixed in, oh my lord, it was just beautiful to see. And he does that time in and time out. It just wasn't only that Bilal Muhammad fight. He's going to keep doing that. And I just don't see anybody in the welterweight division overcoming that weather, overcoming that storm that JDM has in those two knuckles. So, guys, I'm going to put the Aussie JDM at the number 9 spot. And I'm probably might be leaning his way on getting the get back towards Volkanovski. JDM at an underdog spot as the champ. I don't know, guys. Call me crazy. But I'm kind of feeling it today. That's how much stock I'm putting on JDM. But at the number 8 spot, we're going to go ahead and throw Alex Poetan Pereira. Guys, I still don't believe in my wholeheartedly heart. I don't know if I said it right, but you know where I'm going with it. I don't know if I believe in my heart that this dude what's his Ankalaev? I don't believe he's better than Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira, the way he beat Khalil Roundtree, the way he beat Jamal Hill, the way he beat Yuri Prochazka, the way he went ahead and beat Israel Adesanya. Now I'm just supposed to magically believe that this Ankalaev dude is just better than him? Now this is foreshadow for the up-and-coming guys that we have on the list. That means Ankalaev isn't on this list. So I believe Alex Pereira was thinking too hard into that fight, and he just didn't fight his game. I still believe Alex Pereira is that dangerous son of a bee that we know him to be, and he will go ahead and get his championship back. So Alex Pereira will be having our stock high on him, and I still believe any time of the day he is a top 10 fighter over Ankalaev, being, in my opinion, a top 15 fighter. That's just my opinion, guys. You may put Ankalaev in your top 5, your top 8, but I just can't do it. I just can't see it today. He has to show me a little bit more. We're still putting Pereira at that spot. But at the number 7 spot, we got Tom Aspinall. Now, Tom Aspinall, the longest interim champ in the game that the UFC had to have ever offered. So he is defending and holding that belt on pretty good. But that is not the World Heavyweight Championship belt. Just for that simple reason, we can't put his stock up any higher than what it is. He can go ahead and face a Jotun Almeida. He can go ahead and face a Cyril Gane. He can go ahead and face a Sergey Spivak or whoever, Pavlovich. I don't care. You can face all of these dudes. Until you go ahead and have that true championship belt around your waist, I just can't put you at a spot higher than number 7. There's no other way to explain it, guys. Tom Aspinall is just at the number 7 spot. Zip it. I don't want to hear it. He's just at that spot. Till he beats John Jones, or till he dethrones John Jones, or John Jones vacates the belt and he gets the belt, maybe we'll have a different discussion. But till then, he's the interim champ in my eyes. All right, at the number 6 spot, and a lot of you guys might disagree, but we'll be throwing Islam Makhachev into the lineup here. Now, Islam, he is not higher into the list because Islam, as of late, hasn't been fighting fighters that I feel like that on the same level as Islam as of late. Now, Alexander Volkanovski, I believe he's the greatest featherweight in the world. But this is like saying Pantoja can beat Merab. I just don't see that happening. Yes, it's in a world that can happen, but Pantoja is not seeing Merab at any time of the day. So it was one of those spots where Volkanovski facing Islam, like, are you serious? Like, that's just not a good matchup. So I'm not going to put too much stock into that matchup, and I'm not going to put too much stock into Renato Moicano. It's just not happening, guys. So for that reason alone, we're putting Islam at the number 6 spot. I believe he deserves to be number 1 pound for pound, just for the longevity that he's had the belt for. But I just can't put him at that number 5, 4, 3, 2 spot. But guys, at the number 5 spot, we'll be throwing in Merab Dvalishvili. Now, this dude has a body count like no other. Now, I can pull up Merab's body count, having Jose Aldo, Piotr Yan, having dudes like Henry Cejudo, Sean O'Malley into those body counts. Like, it's absolutely Umar Nurmagomedov into that body. Are you kidding me? It's miraculous of a body count that this dude Merab has. And I still believe he goes ahead and defeats Sean O'Malley again. So his stock raises up even higher. And I believe he can shoot up to a number 3 spot if he beats Sean O'Malley again and shut up all the Sean O'Malley fans. I believe he can really do it. So for that reason alone, we'll be throwing Merab in at the number 5 spot. So guys, at the number 4 spot, we're throwing in Dricus du Plessis. Now, this dude, Dricus du Plessis, man, he brings it in and time out every time you book a Dricus du Plessis fight. Now, this dude right here made Israel Adesanya shed a tear or two into the freaking press conference. He made Sean Strickland cry in the Theo Vaughn podcast. And he's dominating these dudes on top of that. He is beating these dudes outside the octagon and inside of the octagon. This dude is going crazy on Twitter, going crazy against the fans. He embraces the heel role, the role of being a heel, I meant to say. So, this dude, Dricus du Plessis, I have nothing but love for Dricus du Plessis. Quite frankly, a part of my heart wants him to beat Khamzat Chimaev. And guys, Khamzat Chimaev holds dear in my heart. And that's foreshadowed for who's next going to be on the list. And guys, who's next going to be on the list? Yes, I clickbaited you. We have number 3 on the list, and that's Alexandra Pantoja. Now, guys, I had to go ahead and look. Does Pantoja deserve to go ahead and be at the number 5 spot, number 4 spot, at the number 3 spot? I was going ahead and I was really flipping between those 3 spots right here. But when it's all said and done, man, this dude Pantoja is just dominant. Nobody in the flyweight division, it has a chance in the world on seeing this dude Pantoja. You can name him. Steve Erkse, no. Brandon Moreno, no. Davidson Figueroa, even though he's in the bantamweight division, no. You go ahead and name all these dudes. Joshua Van. None of these dudes will have an answer for this dude Pantoja. And quite frankly, the UFC even had to go ahead and throw out these dudes from Japan and Kai Asakura and the other dude. They're freaking. This dude right here has an answer for anybody that comes his way. And at this point, he's just that much dominant over a lot of these dudes on the list. Like when you look at DDP, I'm looking at DDP at a spot where like, okay, you can get dethroned. Marab can get dethroned. Tom Aspinall can get dethroned. Ilya can get dethroned. A lot of these dudes can get dethroned. But Pantoja at the number 3 spot, I just don't see it. But at the number 2 spot, guys, we got Khamzat Chimaev, guys. This dude right here is special. He is special. I've never seen someone with the caliber that Khamzat Chimaev brings to the octagon time in and time out. His toughest fight was against a tough dude in Gilbert Burns, and I'll give him a round of applause because Gilbert Burns, that will probably be the toughest opponent that Khamzat Chimaev has ever had to face, probably in the next 5 years, because he will be washing through anybody that comes his way. Yes, my heart is saying DDP, I want him to win, but my brain, I know, I always go with my brain. It's telling me that Khamzat Chimaev is going to dominate Dricus du Plessis. I don't see why in any world, shape, or form why Khamzat Chimaev, when that fight gets booked, is not a -4 to 500 favorite. That's how special Khamzat Chimaev is. It's just a matter of what round do you think this fight ends in, or in a matter of a fact that do you think this fight goes to decision or not? But one thing I know for sure is that this fight will end, and I believe Khamzat Chimaev is going to come out that octagon wounded, but he's gonna come out the champ. So we're gonna be throwing in Khamzat Chimaev at the number 1 spot. But I'm kind of scared for him being champion because I don't know if he's going to be an active champion. But I don't mind it. These are one of those fighters where I just don't mind if you're not an active champion. I just want to see you as the top and you're fighting the dudes from the top. But at the number 1 spot, and you guys know where I'm going with at the number 1 spot, we got the GOAT, Jon Bones Jones. 28-0 in the octagon. Yes, we're saying 28-0. Should be 29-0, but his real record is 28-1. But we're saying 28-0. Damn it, I don't give a damn. Having Cyril Gane on his record, having Stipe Miocic on his record, having Daniel Cormier twice on his record, having Quentin Rampage Jackson on his record, having Lyoto Machida on his record. He has no holes in his game, and he is the oldest champion today. Guys, in order to get to the get to the top, in order to fight the GOAT, the dude that he said himself, there's levels to this game, baby. If we're putting this in a business aspect, I'm right here, and Tom Aspinall, you're right here, and that's what I truly believe. And Tom Aspinall having to fight another dude to defend his interim belt, I don't mind it, guys. Call me crazy, but I just don't mind it. Jon Jones has a lot more to lose. There's a lot more in stake. And if Tom Aspinall goes ahead and defends and beats anybody that faces him for his interim championship belt, it just makes things a lot more better. You know what I'm saying? So I think Jon Jones is playing a good role here. Obviously, seeing him in Thailand, seeing that video of him grabbing a dude's hair probably wasn't the best look for him. But guys, I'm just saying it for what it is, man. This dude right here, he's done great things. A light heavyweight that moves like a flyweight, and heavyweight now that moves like a bantamweight. Are you kidding me? And this is a dude that I can't put at a number 1 spot. You guys may disagree. You guys may put Islam at your number 1 spot. But today, this is the most box office fighter that the UFC has to offer. If Jon Jones fight today, that will be the most pay-per-view sold spot. I think Dricus Du Plessis and Hamza Chimaev has a spot for it. I think Islam Makhachev and Ilya had a spot for it, but Islam Makhachev isn't throwing any box office numbers if he fights JDM and his career goes to only him fight. And maybe Shavkat. Shavkat doesn't bring any numbers either. But all in all, guys, this is my top 10 list, damn it. Like the video, subscribe. I ain't got to tell you two, you already should know too. It's your boy, Freddy MMA. And I'm out.